life lesson. About to find out when I open the store. Went to church as a Baptist, left a Christian Dior. On the same parallel, even was the score. Never been to France, but you be the one at your door for real. Cause it's feeling like we striking a match. Sensory overload, think I'm starting to become attached. We fucking at 21 and she told me to run it back. Her eyes having me tripping, she laughing, arching her back. Is it intentional or for the thrill? This that my red jacket with the zippers filled. Treat a body like Braille, I love to read and feel. We like polar opposites, but that's what makes it appeal. Just let me ask, is you playing or is it for real? I'm on my contract here and I'm about to sign this deal.
Let me tell you just how I feel. Let me take your time to look and see what we can find. Let you get me mixed up for real. Trying to read the signs, but I cannot make up my mind. Let me tell you just how I feel. I know I'm on the road, but indecision takes its toll. I let you get me mixed up for real. Afraid to lose control, what's keeping me from letting go?
Me and Colin started music back in 18. Shit was hard, year 2 started to see cream. What I'm saying is I seen a dream come to light. She from Berlin, super intrigued by Dirty Sprite. Let the top down, scenic views on PCH. She hold my hand tight, asking if she can have a taste. A Starfield night, especially when we try to rate. Infatuated, but understand we both need our space. Space.
Infatuated, but understand we both need our space.
All right, let's bring it in.
Let me tell you just how.
You like that?
Let me take your time.
Indecision needs to take its time. Oh, Jay Black, huh?
Jay Black, baby, -2. We did not license this, but I did buy it on iTunes for 99 cents. So, JB, don't sue me.
We'll play the next one.
Yeah, we'll get it on. Maybe a little Jack Freeman next time. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. What's good, man?
Watermelon Sunrise. Good, man. How you doing? Get the topics on the board.
I'm glad it's we're almost in July. We're almost in July, bro. Tomorrow's July, so
That means
another month closer to football, baby. 8 weeks away, kickoff.
When are we doing our draft? August?
Yeah, we typically second, third week August, right? Because somebody always gets hurt every year, so try to do it as late as possible.
That's true. Oh yeah, what was it? It wasn't last year, but it was when we went to Galveston. And I got Lamar Miller, and I was sleeping
On our first Galveston trip.
It's on the trailer. It's what's at the end there. And I woke up just so at a daze, and I literally walked in like after it happened, and I drafted him, and Bernal was like, "What the fuck you doing?" And
bro,
I thought
just
y'all
got carted off the field.
I know. And then the funny thing is, once I drafted him, we had the TV up, and literally I drafted him. Y'all make fun of me. And then it shows them getting carted off the field. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's great. So let's just hop into it. NFL headlines. I haven't, it's been a busy week for me. I could definitely use a refresher what's going on in the league. So what's up?
Man.
Looking at our notes here.
Yeah, lots going on. I mean, we talked about it early, man. Dog days of the off season, but there's quite a bit. We've got about 3-4 weeks till training camps start up, but some extensions coming through might impact fantasy if you think about it. I mean, just to touch on, I think today the Saints right tackle, almost $100 million extension, 5-year extension, $96 million. Some dude named Ryan. So I mean, I don't really care about that, but fantasy wise, hey, it's a nice segue to Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill. Is anyone still on the Taysom Hill train? I think Sean Payton's out there. What's up?
No, I was just saying, everyone was like all about it. When Drew Brees put in his official retirement, they're like, all right, Taysom Hill. Then I feel like at some point it switched to Jameis Winston. They're like, no, Jameis will probably be the starter. So, I mean, not to get off track, but is there an open competition, or is it like Jameis it's his job to lose?
Yeah, I think that it's going to be framed like an open competition. If you look at the contract, which usually is what the indicator or what everyone else is reading off of, Taysom got paid too, but then Jameis had a little follow-up extension too. So contract-wise, I want to say they're about even where they are. There's a lot more heavy incentives for Taysom Hill, which made it look like a fat contract, but I mean, really, it's performance-based. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's Jameis's to lose. I think Sean Payton's out like. I don't know, man. He's going Angelina Jolie on this. It's like when she went out with Brad Pitt, adopted all these kids and shit. Like Sean is adopting this crab leg fiend, and he's gonna turn him into a stud quarterback. And I can't wait to see it, man. I mean, I think that'll be a steal, definitely at quarterback position. This right tackle signing. sort of solidifies it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, did they draft anybody like a young quarterback out of school just to mix up the competition at all?
And I don't think so, man. Let's see, shit. I don't think
Peyton
so though.
Turner, defensive end. Yeah, the first round pick was a defensive end
Yeah,
from
they keep
Houston,
stocking with
actually.
pass rushers, right?
Then linebacker.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
so
think they
they
even went
didn't
up for him too. Yeah.
cornerback. They didn't. Oh, they took a quarterback. They took Ian Book, fourth round, number 28,
All right, so a little
133 overall.
prospect there. Yeah, yeah. All right. Hey, something else I read, man. Headline wise, I read what was it? I, I keep seeing the Texans. Dead rank last. And yeah, I'm taking a little offense to it. I'm wondering, we can't be the worst team out there. We can't have the worst roster out there, can we? I mean, I know maybe you combine the overall score, front office, and how we've done in trades the last few years. Yeah, we probably the worst. We got the worst stretch right now. But as far as for 2021, man, there's got to be some other worst teams. Detroit's still got to be a shitty team. The Jets are looking up. They got to be a crap team. Philadelphia. So I saw in the headline, I saw something cool. Besides the whole Texans being ranked last, I saw Pro Football Focus said the Eagles don't have a single player in the top 50, which is kind of cool to think about, or I mean, sad if you're an Eagles fan. And then that Detroit has the 31st ranked roster, so they're up above uh, the Texans. So I don't know, just what you thinking, man. I mean, Texans, are we really down here? We the bottom feeders now? We the Cleveland Browns, we the toilet paper.
I agree with you, but
Sad, man.
I'm gonna say obviously I'm a homer, but I think it's easy to put the Texans down there just because of they're not gonna go in with their starting quarterback. They got a new front office, so it's just easy. Like out of all the teams, they've had the most shakeup and the most roster shakeup. I think they've cut J.J. Watt. We don't have like the star studs that we used to have.
Brand name's gone, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think me and you are closer to the team. We're looking at like we know Tyrod Taylor will be serviceable and like not like we're gonna go in the playoffs, but we're should win more than 2 games. And I think last time we talked about 2 games
Vegas
is
got
like
us
what
at
they have.
4.5.
Oh, four and a
Vegas
half.
got
That's
us at
cool.
4.
I
Yeah,
think
four,
like
four and a
yeah, but
half.
like
So
CBS or some news outlet has us like at 2. But anyway, it's not as glowing as you I think said. I think you were like around 6 wins, 5 wins, maybe even 7.
yeah, yeah, I won a 7 for sure. I want to say, and we'll touch back on them on down our other headline. But hey, let's go to the next one, man. Aaron Rodgers. You know, I follow my Packers too, and I think he's got a golf thing coming up. One of those playoffs, like Brady and a professional golfer versus Aaron Rodgers and a professional golfer. So he's been getting back in the media, and they've been asking him, football related things. And man, homeboy, like I don't like his arrogance sometimes, but man, he's cooler than a cucumber, dog. He's just chilling, doesn't give a fuck. I think he's done, man. Uh, I don't think he's coming
Like done
back,
with
man. I think he's
football or done
chilling.
with the Packers?
I'm done with football, man. I don't think he gives a fuck either way.
No,
Only way would
no.
be if Green Bay pays him that dough, or if I mean, hey, he's already kind of expressed his demands. I think he said he doesn't want the GM. He doesn't like the GM.
So
Had
he's
nothing to do
asking.
with Jordan Love. We touched on that last time, but
So is he asking for
yeah,
money or is he asking for personnel to be changed inside the front
I think
office?
it's yeah, yeah, a little bit of both. Yeah, he wants the GM gone, and then it's like, hey, if you're not gonna pay me, go out and get players. If you're not gonna go out and get players to help, then pay me. You know what I'm saying? It's like do something with it, but
So is he off the trade talks? He's not about leaving anymore.
yeah, I haven't heard much on it. I mean, it's just been rumors, right? Broncos, Raiders, but I think those are people just reaching like connecting the dots with how do you say like like Gruden's wanted Rodgers. You know what I mean? Based off what Gruden had said in the past, things like that. Broncos would be a good fit because Elway always likes to play musical chairs or quarterback. Can't ever really settle for one. Ever since Manning, he's been trying to capture that lightning in the bottle again, but he ain't going to. You know, I mean, Aaron, I don't know. We'll see, man. I'm gonna go the old man, get off my lawn, old school approach here. I mean, you signed a contract, you should be playing, man. He can find other ways to influence the team, but
Yeah, I think I would be really surprised if he walked away from football, but it would have to be something like they don't meet him anywhere in the road on his demands, and he obviously people joke about him going to Jeopardy, but he seems to be content with. He doesn't seem like he wants to be miserable to be in the NFL. Like he's fine with like if
yeah.
the situation is right, I'll walk. It would be surprising, but that's the only way I see it. I don't think he's
Super Bowl
checked.
quarterback, man.
It's true. Like,
You
yeah,
know,
you've been to the top.
commercials for life, whatever, don't even matter. And nowadays they got these things. I mean, we joke about OnlyFans and shit. You know, celebrities got these things. What are they called? Cameos or something? Pay a certain amount of
Cameos.
money and they'll record, a 30-second message. And I actually think other Packers legend, Brett Favre, got fooled into one of those where it was like, real heavy Confederate influence people like taking his cameo and turning it to influence a message or some shit, or some pretty stuff. Like they would pay for the cameo, record it, and then have it like follow a, anti-racial message or some shit like that.
Oh,
Favre would have to
what?
come out. Yeah, Favre would have to come out, and be like, nah, man, that's not me. They misused my shit. But yeah, we
That's
put
hilarious.
22 mil in there. That's what Green Bay can recoup at the end of the day. I don't need to break down the details and shit, but I think he gets 15 million a year right now. So if he sits out, obviously he's missing out on 15 million. But there's like a 7 million signing bonus he got in March that Green Bay can't take back. When you do all the math, if he sits out this year, hey man, Green Bay can come get 22 million back for the following year. So
That's wild.
uh,
7 million just for signing some paper.
yeah, called it a roster bonus and distributed amongst 36 weeks starting week 1.
That's hilarious. Well, dang,
Yeah,
yeah,
man, the way
we'll
they
have to keep on watching that. So, what does that do in terms of drafts,
fantasy.
fantasy? Let's just play devil's advocate. He jumps in, no worries. Okay, on the flip side, let's say he's in. Given the current roster, what do you expect out of Aaron Rodgers for a fantasy quarterback?
Yeah, I think he'll pick up right where he left off. MVP, you know what I'm saying? We always like that regress to means thing, or someone like him who set a lot of was at the top of the mountain on a lot of stats last year. Um, I think the team's coming back intact. He's gonna meet right back with him. Hopefully, he's got a much better defense supporting him. Defense was great last year, but I mean, it's just another year in the system, third year, Matt LaFleur, coach. So I think he's gonna dominate. I think it's everybody across the board is gonna do well. If he's not there, that's the question, right, bro? If he's not there, what's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, I
happen?
was just like like what both sides. But
Devontae Adams, you still take it. Aaron Jones, no impact, I don't think. The only guy would be the tight end,
who's the number two? Is
Robert
it
Tonyan. Robert Tonyan. This guy had like a sick stretch, like 3 or 4 games where it was like multiple touchdowns, middle of the season. But I think we'll see. The backup's Jordan Love, and we've been hearing good things. But end of the day, ain't taking a snap yet.
wait?
And
So Jordan Love
you
would
just,
be under center if Aaron Rodgers isn't there. He's the number two.
yeah, he took all the first team reps, OTAs, and everything.
Okay.
So it looks like he'll do that in training camp. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, man.
So I mean, so with Aaron Rodgers, do you expect just your gut feeling? Do you think it's either he signs and he's there, or he tries to hold out and comes back in at some point? I feel like it's one or the other.
I'll say
I
you
don't.
hold out.
You think he holds
What
out?
you say? I
I
say he'll
feel
hold out to
like
week 1 if he comes back. If he's gonna come back, when is the right time to come back? Yeah, he'll wait till
I mean, if
probably
you
wait till
mentioned like I
preseason.
mean, why that signing
He
bonus? I
doesn't
mean,
need to, right?
I mean, if you know you're going to come back, I guess my point is, might as well pick up that signing bonus. It feels stupid to like miss
Why are
out
you
on all
losing all the
that
money now just to
and
make the
then just
point,
go
huh?
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of like
That's exactly it though, bro. It's just to make the point, and at the end of the day, he's gonna use that term like, "Hey, I'm back for my teammates. I'm back. They work so hard. I'm here to go to war with them, shit like that." But until then, it's a big, fuck you until week 1 and the lights come on. And he can do that, and he's good enough to where his teammates aren't gonna be like, "Man, Aaron, we need you here." Like they know what he's capable of. So I think the fact that, hey, obviously his teammates, his brothers are on his side, he's gonna be chilling, man. You know, he ain't
seven
got
mils.
nobody making him
It's
feel
so much
guilty.
money, but it's probably a drop in a bucket for him.
Oh yeah, you fucking right, man. I guess they're going to some good donations, whatever they gonna recoup with
Like you
that
said,
money,
it's
man.
probably like for him, it might be even worth just for the vacation time and extended time away from the team. Like it's worth 7 million to him.
Hmm.
But all right,
Yeah,
well we can move on. We have
yeah.
DW4. We spotted him
Oh,
on
DW
Instagram. I
four.
think he's sharing a lot of videos of him working out, throwing the ball, just proving like, hey, I'm still getting ready for a season in my new team. Like, right? Am I somewhere close there?
Yeah, unmarked. I think he had some Nikes type shit on, even, but yeah, just a very generic training. Looked pretty cool. It's like a little marketing video campaign. Hey, I'm still here. Don't forget about me. I'm still in shape. It was probably just a little commercial to like the other 31 teams. Like, y'all on the fence. I'm still working out. I'm ready. So yeah, I don't know legal wise what's going on the
Yeah,
front, but
I
usually when
haven't.
it's quiet, um,
Has there been
what's
any
to follow
updates?
is
Do we
no,
know?
no, no. So usually it means they're either discussing the counter or what's going to happen. One thing I will say that I like on Deshaun's side, because I think we laugh about it a lot. I'm laughing at his ass. It's embarrassing and funny. I'm also crying because it's our Texans. But Deshaun, he said, "Hey, I'm not paying the settlement money unless. So that means he's still willing to settle unless it's open transparency and the accusers can be interviewed, questioned, and there's no gag order,
What does that
which I think
mean?
is tight. Yeah, so that's basically usually when we settle and R. Kelly or somebody settles, hey, yeah, Beans, I stick my finger up your butt. I don't want you to talk to people about it. I'm paying you money, hush money. There, we have settled in court. So Deshaun doesn't want to settle to shut these girls up, and then people still have the linger effect, that bad taste in their mouth. Like, well, yeah, Deshaun paid him hush money, so he still did the Chester molester thing to some of these females. He wants it to be known that like, nah, these bitches that I stuck it in, they wanted it just as bad as I did. I want y'all to go attack him, interview him. I want everyone, I want Ellen to go up there. You know what I mean? I want Michael Strahan's gap tooth to be up there. Just put your hand on the Bible, bitch, and say you didn't want this,
He wants the
summer
record
sausage in
clean.
you. Yes, sir. And I think that's cool, man. That's ballsy on his part. That should shed some light on, hey, Deshaun's either confident or he's right. Hey, man, I just had a little fetish, man. I just like a little coconut oil rubbed in there, So
Do we know if he's still together with his girlfriend? He had a girlfriend through all this.
he is. It looks like, yeah. She's still on his page, and he's still on her page.
Wow. All right. I mean, maybe
That'll confirm it, I think, huh?
it's kind of funny. It's girl
Hey,
like
yeah.
because it's like now it's proof like he slept with all these like women and stuff. The girlfriend's like,
Hey, man.
okay,
She's like, hey, don't do it again.
yeah, don't do it again, but I'll stick around.
Thanks
You
for the
know,
Louis,
like,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Shit.
So
But
that's
yeah,
about,
no, I mean, I would say fantasy wise, you know what I mean? We're getting closer to times, closer to year, July, like we said. So how this impacts fantasy wise, God, Texans are already gonna be, I think, shit with Deshaun. Well, I won't say that. Yeah, I didn't say that. Erase that. Tyrod Taylor, Davis Mills. That's kind of the key here, right? With Deshaun out the picture. Um, we're going with the bridge quarterback. We've already talked about this, but one thing I will say is I don't want Davis Mills to be holding a clipboard. That's it. He needs to either get all the reps in practice, and then come game time, if you want to do that New England bullshit, put him on the injury report or put him third string to make the depth chart, feel how you want it to feel to the public. Do that, but practices should be focused on developing this guy, because if you drafted him in third round as your first draft pick overall for yourselves as the Texans in 2021, you had to thought highly about this guy. So
no,
if we don't see him or we don't, right?
I like the pick because it
Would
was
you
kind
agree?
of like they went into the draft assuming we don't have Deshaun Watson anymore. Like we're gonna try to keep him, but like we're playing worst case scenario.
For
Or
sure.
I don't know. I didn't listen to a lot of what the GM said. I know he likes the kid from Stanford, but that's kind of where I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. I didn't expect him to take a quarterback third round, but it's pretty cool because we don't have like really viable number two, even if we get Deshaun back. But I agree with you. So
Yep.
so are you saying you'd rather see the kid from Stanford out there instead of Tyrod Taylor week one,
Oh man,
or just in practice? Because Tyrod Taylor knows
yeah,
what he's doing at this point.
yeah, just in practice, Yeah. I think we'll win more games with Tyrod, and I think we won't stunt the kid's confidence, right? Um, but hey, I mean, I'm not opposed to him playing as soon as he gets it. It all depends how fast he gets it. Tyrod should definitely start though. I'm more of saying, yeah, all development and shit time.
Like
Like
Tyrod doesn't need all
training
the
camp,
reps with the ones and
Tyrod
stuff.
doesn't need first team reps. No, hell no. Yeah,
Yeah, just give him a little bit there to
especially
know what
if
he's doing.
I would expect them not to, with them bringing in the OC Pep Hamilton's a quarterback coach. They retained Tim Kelly, the OC, but I believe Pep Hamilton's in there for some sort of more bigger role, like down the line. You know what I mean? Like this is just me thinking like Marvel universe here. Like he ain't the main villain, but he's here and then he's going to overtake Cully. Once dementia takes over for our head coach, and then Tim Kelly's just kind of there right now. I think they retained Tim Kelly as like the last piece of like Deshaun. Come on, like you said you like this guy, we kept him. Please come back, and we know how that went.
That's true.
I say
All
running
right.
backs, man. That's what I want to leave off on this. How it impacts. They got hell of a committee, bro. They got Mark Ingram, Pro Bowler back in 2019, 2 years ago. You got Philip Lindsay, who was just a stud 2 years ago, battled injuries last year, split time with Melvin Gordon, and then of course we all know David Johnson, who did not perform well last year. If you look on paper, though, they all got 4.2 or so, 4.2 yards per carry, which looks good on paper. But if anyone saw, the running game was absolute trash last year. So, yes, that's my real concern is
Then
Tyrod.
then lately they picked up Rex Burkhead, right?
Yeah, Burkhead's in there too, but I don't
I
think he's
mean,
ever really been the feature guy, right?
no,
So
he's kind of like
he'll be
gimmick
the
guy
change
to
of
play.
pace.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's a stud change of pace guy for sure. I probably don't want anyone better than that, but I mean, Rex is like the hey, when you gotta give your guy a breather, he comes in and nothing's gonna change as far as performance level for a few plays, right?
did David
Yeah.
Johnson? He had his big season in Arizona, and then it was a pretty good season after that. Did he get hurt? And he's never like bounced back. I'm trying to remember. Like he's obviously not even at Arizona. I think he did, right? He tore an ACL.
I think it was a wrist that was his most recent injury.
Wrist.
Um, which people would think like, hey, that's not that bad, but yeah, we're gonna look it up right now, huh? I
Yeah.
mean,
David Johnson
I
injury
know it
history.
was it ACL? Damn, man. Running backs just wear down, man. We've just been too blessed and too
He's had an
accustomed to
MCL
like.
sprain. He's had thigh
Okay, that's what it was.
hamstring, and then yeah, the hand wrist dislocation, and then he's
So I think
also
he had a
had
sprain the year after his stud year. Like he had a stud year 15, 16, and then a knee sprain 17, and come back since then,
back
and
with
then
Bruce
fucked up his
Arians. Like he
wrist.
had a big season, right?
Yeah. Yep. So, but he's still young, man. So I don't know.
Yeah,
He just, I
but
think,
I
yeah,
like your
some
point.
guys
Like
just fall off.
these guys have all shown maybe RB1 potential. Just in the committee, and we're not saying that they're gonna like pop and have a season, but like they should have some gas in the tank amongst all of them to
If you're
do
going for
something
one, we going for Philip Lindsay. If we're going for one, it's Philip Lindsay.
for sure.
That's
Like
the
he
guy
hasn't
you
had any
take.
major injuries. He
Yeah.
just I don't know.
Yeah, that's the guy we take there. But
So like yeah, going back to fantasy, that's kind of a shit team to look at fantasy wise because there's not a clear stud running back there. So do you stay away from the Texans if you're picking on your team, or is it something you're willing
yeah,
to
you
throw a pick at?
we'll go both sides of it. I'm staying away. But if you had to go for some reason, got in the draft late, or everyone's getting grabbed early, and then you lost out because of your positioning in the snake. If it fell to your lap, which one to get? Yeah, you reach for Philip Lindsay. I guess just he has the most high upside. I mean, that's the only kind of a relevant statistic or reasoning I can give. He's young
Lindsey,
and he's got
he's pretty young
upside.
too.
Yeah.
Lindsey runs up right like Aaron used to. I like it. Cool. Yeah.
24.
Mr. Rebo agrees in the chat. Um,
Yeah.
all right. Well, you want to move on to the next one because I don't know what this topic's about, but you're gonna have to tell me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, this is a good segue from the Texans. You know, we just try to connect these bitches a little bit. Kubiak, we remember Kubiak, probably the most successful Texan reign right now, even though I know Bill O'Brien. Uh, what? 4 division championships, man. You know what I'm saying? Or what? 3 or 4 division championships, whatever it was. But Coobs, man, set some records, turned Matt Schaub into a phenomenal stud. Um, Goddamn, made Arian Foster look like a god, which he was. Got a diamond in the rough there, and then turned support guys like Kevin Walter, even Jacoby Jones for a little bit, Owen Daniels, turned these guys into dudes that could help, uh, take some pressure off of their stud, Andre Johnson, shit like that. So I mentioned Coobs. He's got a son, Clint, who's going to start first year play caller, age 34, Minnesota Vikings. Looks like the Kubiaks are in with Mike Zimmer's family, who's head coach of the Vikings, previous DC at the Bengals. But yeah, nepotism, NFL nepotism, is frowned upon in corporate America, but NFL, man, it looks like they got some lucky father-son duos, and I ain't talking about just Peyton, Archie Manning. I'm talking about the coaching side. Looks pretty good, man. I was looking into some names. We know Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan. His dad was Mike Shanahan with the John Elway, Terrell Davis days.
And he actually
Christian McCaffrey's dad, Ed McCaffrey, so
turned out
was
to be a
on that
great
squad.
coach, Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, man.
So it's Kubiak's kids going. I'm sorry, I kind of zoned out there. Kubiak's kids going to be on the coaching staff of the Vikings, doing what again?
Yeah. He's gonna be play caller.
For the offense?
Yeah, man. So
And what's his prior
I mean,
experience?
I almost want to say, does that mean offensive coordinator? But
Right?
I didn't see the official title.
Well, sometimes,
So
especially like in
I
these
don't
roles
know.
with the coaches, if they're trying to really do that, they'll like kind of create a role, divide a role in half to give them something like, okay, you're gonna be play caller, but you're not the offensive coordinator kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't really say here. Yeah, man. But
Clint,
there's 3 father-son combos on the Vikings, aside from the head coach I mentioned and the Kubiaks. They also had Norv Turner and his son Scott Turner. Norv Turner was a big guy during the LaDainian Tomlinson, early Phillip Rivers days.
oh yeah,
For the Chargers. I think he tried to rejuvenate Cam Newton before Carolina finally gave up on him. So
and yeah, that's a funny thing. Like so. I don't know what's his experience. Has he just like been listening to his dad the whole time? Because it's like some coaches who are just going from the ground up to high school, then college, and try to get the NFL. NFL seems so much a close fraternity of who you know, what your family is. You see it all the time, like you just mentioned. Kids of famous coaches get opportunity all the time, but they're at the same time they've grown up in that. So it's like, are they getting favored, or have they just really learned underneath their father or whoever their like granddaddy was to learn, and they know the game?
Yeah, I like that part. They know the game for sure. I mean, they're bred a certain way. It's, you know what I mean? It's not the typical corporate job where we got to go find the candidate and then we train them. It's like, hey, we gonna start training this motherfucker from the beginning. So not only do we want him to work how we want to work, but eat, breathe, sleep, and all that, and that starts from the baby age. So yeah, for sure, these people being groomed to it.
Do you think
You know,
like
for the most
NFL
part.
players disrespect coaches like that don't have playing experience but have just been like textbook coaches like their whole life versus a coach who's like, oh, they used to play in the NFL, they used to play in college or at least like play in high school shit. But some of these
Yeah,
coaches like have never
I
suited
think
up.
so,
They're
man.
coaches.
Yeah, for sure. For the majority, yeah. I really would think that would come down to like your head coach and knowing like I guess personalities and certain position groups. Maybe you can get away with that sort of thing. I mean, you got to think about like some of these females that are coming and being coaching now in the NFL. Sure, they might have played in a women's league, but to an extent, that's I think it's all been positive stories with that. So uh, maybe I'm wrong then. Thinking about it now. At the end of the day, they professionals. So whoever's like the teacher, the coach in front of you, like they're gonna command and learn. But certain
Yeah, because
positions, I think, yeah, it's important, right? You need a former quarterback at the quarterback spot. You know what I'm
random
saying?
random thought while we're on like all the coaching hiring. What is it? Eric Bieniemy, offense coordinator for the
Yeah, yeah,
Chiefs, was a big name during the offseason for a head coaching job. Never got a head coaching job. He's gonna stay with the Chiefs.
yeah,
But like, I guess I thought of him because he used to be a running back, and he was the running backs coach in the Vikings when AP was, I think, a rookie in his early years. And I just remember seeing a lot of great clips of him, interacting with Adrian Peterson, and it just seemed like, yeah, players who have a coach, a position coach specifically, maybe coordinator. I think maybe it's more forgiving to be a textbook coach for all your life, but the position coaches, that's where I would want former players because they can relate and talk to
yeah.
the players, and it's all about your skill and your technique. Whereas the
Yes,
textbook
sir.
guys can maybe do well in the offensive coordinator, the X's
They're
and
more for
O's.
other. They've got other skills like management skills or
Like
other
Kyle
stuff that.
Shanahan, perfect example. Great offensive coordinator with the Texans, and then he's shown himself to be a good head coach, taking his team all the way to the Super Bowl. Didn't do well, but still. Anyway,
Yeah, no, for sure.
random
I
thought.
agree, bro.
Random thought. So you want to go on the next one? What's early fantasy trends? What's going on? We're not having even drafted
Yeah,
yet. How are
so
there's how come there are trends?
I've been fucking around on drafts probably about every night, just one or two late at night, while Terrence's at the gym and shit. And what I found out some shit on Reddit, excuse me. I'm looking at tight end a lot. I'm looking at tight end. I'm seeing what's happening. I'm not really, it's not new news anymore that people reach for the stud Kelsey or the stud Kittle high. The news now is that like how much these rookie tight ends are being valued year to year. Um, Kyle Pitts is going like getting taken as the fourth tight end right now. I mean, the average draft position's way off the charts, 20 to 40. It's a big range. I'm not here to talk about that. But just the fact that it's a rookie tight end being the fourth tight end taken after guys such as like TJ Hawkinson on the Detroit Lions, Noah Fan on the Denver Broncos, even Evan Ingram, who's fallen out of favor this last 2 years for the Giants. Those are names I would still pick before a Kyle Pitts. We're chasing for that Cinderella story there, bro. I mean, it's not going to be a Disney ending for this guy. It hasn't been for any rookie tight end. But yeah, he was the highest guy picked since I think Vernon Davis was picked fifth or ninth. But just because his draft status was that doesn't translate to fantasy football. I think everyone's caught up in the glitter right now. I know Julio's gone. I know he's going to step in and fill in at Julio role. Calvin Ridley's still going to open things up, so it's not like the focus is all on Kyle Pitts. I know Kyle Pitts lines up outside most of the time at Florida, so he's going to take on a more receiver role, maybe. That's what we're projecting. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck. You still don't take him.
I think yeah. So like you kind of touched on it, but Julio
I don't
Jones
like
is
that.
out,
Yeah.
so people are probably grading Kyle Pitts higher because they're like, okay, who's the target? Well, quarterbacks, it's kind of like their safety blanket, the tight end. This guy's athletic. He's supposed to be highly sought after. So people are just kind of, again, trying to do the math of who's going to get the ball in Atlanta, and maybe they'll really bank on their tight end, their rookie tight end, to bail him out. So that's probably why you're seeing him drafted so highly. And you think more down to earth. He's still a rookie. I don't care how good he is or
Still got to learn the system. Still got to do. Yeah, it's not only just learning the route trees, but I'm sure it's more. They do more route options nowadays. So they give a receiver two. They might give the quarterback three routes in the play call. The quarterback calls one, but the receiver still has two routes in his head based off how the receiver is gonna turn his hip or stick which foot down at the 7 or 9 yard mark. It's complicated shit like that. I mean, we'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? That Wonderlick, man. Maybe he had a high Wonderlick. So. Another trend I'm seeing, bro. Matt Stafford, man. I talked to a couple of my little bro's friends. They were here for his birthday party a few weeks ago. Heavy football. They're telling me about, hey, who's the sneaky quarterback this year? Because they like to take quarterbacks late too. And we're all talking, and he's like, man, that's why I don't like to do a podcast and spill my secrets. But this ain't really secrets. We're all reading the same shit. This is just what I think is what I'm seeing out on the internet that's like, hey, I like this. So one would be Stafford. I'm seeing Stafford getting picked high. I like it, but I don't like it because I'm like, man, that's my plan, man. I wanted Stafford to be my Phillip Rivers, of previous years where he's going to be there after round 10, 11, and you still got a good fantasy quarterback. But I'm seeing him getting take high. I think it's probably 7th round.
that doesn't seem too wild to me. I think we talked about it a lot. I think a lot of people expect Stafford to do well in his new environment with just
and I'll make a PSA right now before we get into Stafford situation. You don't want to be the first guy to take a quarterback. If you do, you're not gonna win. Yeah, I'll just keep it at that. So hopefully,
just
someone who
definitely
has
don't
one
take
picking
Tom.
up-
Don't be the first to take a quarterback, and don't take Tom Brady with your first pick.
I mean, I know Patrick Mahomes threw for 5,000 yards and he was MVP a couple years ago, but I mean, is he really worth like a third rounder? Aaron Rodgers at his peak, was he worth the 3rd or 4th round
No, because
selections?
it's marginal. Pat Mahomes might be like the top quarterback, and he might do great, but you can get a
Guy
quarterback
number 4, 5, 6, or 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they'll just
and you're better
just as good
served
weeks.
getting double tight ends or a really good running back. Those first 3 picks should be money players that there's a big drop off when you go from round 1 to round 2 or whatever the hell you are. So running back, tight end usually for me.
What else am I seeing? Something that's no longer news, but I guess if you compare to the last 10 years of our decade in fantasy, it's something I think our league, especially balls deep, we've known just because the amount of people we got 12. But I think 2012 to 2016, you had about an average of 6 running backs out of the first round. That's around 2012 to 2016. You look at the last 4 years, you're having about 9, 10 getting taken. So what's that saying? A lot less receivers, more. Same thing what you just said. The disparity in points is not that big of a drop off. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing a lot more running backs get taken. Now, I want to bring up a counter to that, which is I heard about. It's called the dead zone. You heard of this?
No.
The running back dead zone. Apparently, rounds 3, 4 through 7. So that 3-4 round range, starting around round 3, 4 to 7, 8. Running backs have been underperforming in that range. So people are calling this the dead zone for running backs to where that's where they build wide receiver depth or, I don't know, I guess tight end depth, which what is their tight end depth after your 4th, 5th top stud, So I wanted to bring that up as, I mean, how do you feel? How'd you win it? You won it last year. Do you remember based off your roster?
I think we mentioned this last.
It was the trades that killed it, and you had 2 tight ends. So it's kind of hard to ask you because you had a unique roster build. Like I said,
in our league, how many people do we have in our league now? 12?
12, yeah.
12 now in the league. We run double tight end sets. So that to me, I had great tight ends and I had a great running back. I had Dalvin Cook at running back. I had Travis Kelce was who I drafted. And I picked him high. I probably was my 2nd round pick or something.
Yeah.
And then I traded, I don't know why I first get his name, Darren Waller, tight end.
Yep, I gave you Darren Waller, man.
So that was like my kind of triplet that really pushed a lot of points. And then I forget, I could probably look it up, but those were my key players that were cranking out like 20, 30 points. I forget how we're like really structured with our points, but either way, those guys were really carrying me. And I had a good fill-in players. I think I even picked up, who's the running back from Detroit that kind of went off late?
DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Was he a rookie last year?
Yeah, he was a rookie, man.
So then I had good
I think
fill-ins.
Matt drafted him and dropped him, I think. Right?
Yeah.
You didn't draft him.
No, I didn't draft him. I picked him up.
Fucking bitch. Yeah.
I think, great players at a few key positions and through a draft, and getting player when they're hot will definitely do well for you.
I'm excited, man, because like I said, I mean, beginning of the show is July, so I mean, we're gonna talk a lot more of these. You know, I like to stay away from stats, but we're gonna talk a lot more like draft guys, positioning, things like that. It's gonna be good. And but shit, until then, man, what's next? What we got? Those are some trends that I'm seeing though, man. Fuck.
Would you put NFL overrated per Pro Football Network?
Yeah, so these are some players. I really want to just run through the fantasy implication players. Some teams list a defensive players that are overrated guys, such as the Houston Texans. Whitney Merciless is our most overrated guy here. To kind of touch on that one, obviously, I think J.J. Watt, was his presence was where Whitney Merciless really benefited from. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that J.J.'s gone, this motherfucker's gonna be exposed. We're just gonna see.
I mean, he was
I don't know. I think
this
he had
close
one
to being cut.
double-digit sack. I think he had
Sorry,
one double-digit sack season. No, let's go.
I don't remember to interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt, but he was this close to being cut out there. I remember everyone was talking about he was playing with the threes and the fours on a preseason when Bill O'Brien was like maybe year 2. They were really close, and then all of a sudden Vrabel comes in, and maybe J.J. Watt does help him, take a lot of load off of him, but he kind of popped and started doing really well. Got himself a contract extension, and then hasn't done much since then. So he kind of like blipped and then went back down.
Hey, yep. That's such a good point, man. I'll tell you, I was scrolling through this list, trying to find, like I said, offensive players. Came down to Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Apparently overrated there. I'm actually happy to see him come back from an injury. I'm hoping him and Baker can pick up right where the Browns left off after a successful playoff victory over the Steelers. Apparently, I read this stat. OBJ's got more dropped passes than broken tackles over the last 3 years. So he's dropped 12 passes over the last 3 years, which actually sounds like a pretty good deal, but I guess not for a guy who's, everyone's beating off to his pregame routine, you know what I mean? So yeah, I guess the other eye opener here I read was Beckham's never finished the season with a first down catch rate over 70%. And to put it in perspective, Julio's done it the last 5 years. Mike Evans hit it every year since 2015 with a Jameis Winston quarterback. So we can't really say that quarterback's the issue. But I don't know. We'll see. OBJ's definitely been the flash. Is it more flash than substance, though? Carson Wentz on the Colts. You got anything on OBJ? What's up?
No. I said OBJ is like, I think talent wise is still there. He's still athletic, but hasn't done what he did in New York with Cleveland, and that could be for a lot of reasons, whether it's a system, whether it's Baker Mayfield. But so you see flashes. You'll get like a cool play here and there, but is not.
And he was just hurt too, so we need a full season out of him for sure. Wentz, it's like 1 week I'm high on Wentz, and the next time I'm down on Wentz. It might just be because he's a Colt, and that's one of our rivals. But if he's reunited with the OC, Frank Reich, so for that I got to give them the benefit of the doubt. But
yeah, you really don't know because he just did so well his rookie season. They went to the Super Bowl. Was that his rookie season? Got hurt, and Nick Foles
probably
came in.
Second season, probably.
Maybe second.
Yeah.
But like his first season, he showed a lot of promise. Second season, they went to the Super Bowl. He did most of the regular season and played very well. And then
poor completion percentage, man. That's his downfall. Also, the motherfucker's fumbled 9 times in the last 5 years. So, you can't take care of the ball. I don't know what else there is for you.
Yeah, so I guess where I was going with that is like you just really don't know because it was like, again, this fall from grace. So it's like, who is he? Is he this quarterback we saw initially, or is this has the league caught up to him and this is who he is? And the Colts. So I think at this point you're just hoping the change of scenery with the Colts is going to be good for him and he'll like refine this spark because people have been seen like he's a good player, but the last couple seasons have been injury prone. And so it's like, is he just had a bad string of luck, or is he going to have a Ryan Tannehill moment where, things just click for him? I like it. Indianapolis.
And I hope he does, man. I hope he does. I know he's a good guy and things of that nature, but he's set up for it. Wonderful supporting cast. He kind of had what he had in Philadelphia that Super Bowl run year before he got hurt. Good O-line, better running backs than he had in his time in Philly. The defense, you already know, astounding. Darius Leonard, D tackles. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, and then that D line is front seven's just good. But looking here, there's a couple more offensive players I see. Las Vegas Raiders, their most overrated player, Josh Jacobs. I think Tank had Josh Jacobs last year, running back.
Who
I don't know
killed
why
it?
he's on this list. I disagree.
Who-
Yeah, he's had the last 1,000-yard seasons the last 2 years.
Like initially, I think
I
he had like a
guess.
few big games, and I
Yeah,
remember
yeah. I
that.
think that's probably
Tank
that's what I was
Tank
gonna
was
say.
killing people
He'd have
early
a
in the
big game
season.
and then chill a couple weeks, and have a big game then chill. You know what I mean? So maybe more consistency is what they're kind of weighing in on here. Um, I don't know. 2019, he almost had 5 yards of carry. It dropped a whole yard 2 years ago. So I mean, we'll see. I know he's not much of a receiving threat. Some of these Alabama backs, they're usually not. Derrick Henry. I think Harris, who's on the Steelers rookie year, I think he's going to be phenomenal. But traditionally, Cheeseburger Eddie Lacy, Derrick Henry, these guys aren't known for their, I guess, reception as a pass catcher. So maybe that's the knock on them there.
All right, I logged in. I logged into our old fantasy, so I can see the players I had and like the season we had, and to kind of check
Yeah,
up
yeah,
on
yeah.
who happened.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, sorry. What were any other overrated players in your mind right now?
Oh man, no, but I do want to mention New England. They got those two tight ends. I was almost said overpaid for, but they paid some good money for, trying to recreate maybe a Gronk Hernandez type deal. Hunter Henry, pulled from the Chargers. We know he's had some knee problems, but when he's playing, he's balling. And then Jonnu Smith, who same thing. I wish he was targeted more last year so we could see more of that athleticism that it looked like we were just getting the tip of, man. But he was excelling a couple years in Tennessee when Darren Walker was out. So now those two in New England, they're gonna be eating each other for targets, man. You know, um, definitely wouldn't like either of them. Last one I'd say Steelers, Juju Smith. Stay away from him. We saw Claypool, the rookie from Notre Dame, climb up last year. We already know about Deontay Johnson stealing the hearts of a lot of flex positions last year. Other than that, I don't know why people are hating on Juju, but I guess maybe it's Big Ben. We'll see. I'd say stay away from some of those guys. I agree on this whole list except for Josh Jacobs. What's up?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds good to me.
Hey.
What do you think about? We mentioned it before. What do you think about Cooper Kupp? Someone to target, someone to forget about. We already mentioned
Kupp, man.
Stafford is everyone's thinking like
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna have a
yeah,
big
yeah.
season.
So we back on that. Yeah, Stafford, McVay's showing a lot of love, saying, "Hey, Stafford's just as advertised." You and I talked about it last show.
Oh, dude, he is
I mean,
gushing. I saw some sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off. There is some
Oh, yeah,
headlines where he's just like, "This guy is a dog," and it's like, I wonder Jared Goff's probably reading this shit. Like, man, he was never. The point is, he was not this glowing of Jared Goff. He was like, "Yeah, Jared does a good job, and he's good for the team." But Stafford, he's like, "This guy is a player. He's everything I wanted. He's everything I thought." He's just like I said, he's just man crushing.
Well, let's remember, Jared Goff was previous regime before McVay got there. Oh, Jeff Fisher, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Longtime Tennessee coach and shuffled around in St. Louis between Case Keenum. Yeah, man. So really,
I'm not gonna say I called it. I think if you go back to all of our episodes when Jared Goff was originally drafted, because what he did when we first started the show way back when, and I don't know, I had a gut feeling like it didn't. He just seemed really skinny, and I didn't see like crazy stats. My point is, I didn't think he would be a terrible quarterback. I just didn't think he was the quarterback that people were really hyping him up to be. But then they went to the Super Bowl, and I thought like, oh man, I got to eat crow. But it was just a really good team around him, really good defense too.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of
Which
like,
shows how they couldn't get over the top,
yeah, like I mean, if because the Super Bowl kind of I feel like
Because they got
exposed
there
him a
through
bit.
the team, but you need the quarterback for the Super Bowl.
Exactly, that's my point. He kind of got a little exposed at the Super Bowl. He's like, okay, he's just because he was just
Some bitches
off.
gonna talk about Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson and shit like that, but no, you need a quarterback, goddammit. So
Well, especially now because
I-
it's a different game. It's really geared to like throwing the ball. I mean, we still talk about running backs get a lot of points, but with the rules and how the game's evolved, it's really tailored to exciting, big, explosive plays, pushing the ball downfield, a good quarterback. So I don't think you see that as much as like the Trent Dilfers, like you just said. now in like 2021
Now,
going
yeah, I
forward.
love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I, one thing I touched on, you talk about Jared Goff. Yeah, just a skinny, scrawny motherfucker. There's a pretty funny video of him pranking a community college, pretending to be a transfer student.
Oh, I was,
I
I was
think
gonna bring that up. I love
Rebo
that.
sent it to me.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it.
that's so awesome. That's just funny thinking like, yeah, I mean, he probably fit in like, look at this community college scrawny fuck out here. And that's probably why those other kids are like, didn't even think about it, you know?
Your
Yeah, man.
your boy Scott says, "What's up, Troy?" in
All
chat.
right. Oh, Scott E, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, Scotty, man, him and I slanged a long time at B-Dubs, man. Our love for each other was he's from Wisconsin or too as well, Green Bay fan. I think went to Cy-Fair High School and shit. Anyways, we met through B-Dubs and shit. Found out we had a lot of shit in common, but Scotty used to be in a group a few years ago, man. And
Yeah, I
matter of
remember that.
fact,
Yeah, yeah.
I rescind my hello. Fuck you, Scotty, for quitting out on us. God damn it. But yeah, actually, congrats. He just got promoted. He moved out to Addison, I think, and I know we were trying to link up, but like I moved back to Cyprus, so
Damn.
oh
Well,
man.
congrats on the promotion, bro.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Do we
Man,
have
what's
any?
happening, man?
You want to go
So
to what's
we
happening
talk
already?
about
All right. What's happening?
yeah, what's happening, man?
Woo! I love what's happening.
Shit.
It's like turns it into a
Love what's
different kind of
happening.
show.
Oh, I know, man. Let's talk about Loki. Anybody who is watching right now that's seen Loki, I
So,
just want to
if
know
you're
what
new
the
to the
fuck they think.
show, Scott,
We
this
won't say
is
anything about next episode, right?
this
Because
is
we
usually
haven't
what
seen you and I
this
haven't seen it yet.
yeah, this is what usually gets posted to Instagram. The bullshit that we just talk about and whatever we want. What's happening is just we get to talk about anything we want. It's not football related. We should start posting more football shit to the Instagram though, because it's. I looked at all our content on Instagram. It's like, do these guys even talk about football? Mostly, we're talking about like OnlyFans and Mayo and Chick-fil-A and bullshit,
I go.
the Gaios and stuff. But it's like, yeah, that's what
Go.
that's what people want to see. But yeah,
Yeah,
what's
man.
happening? We talk a lot about what we're watching, and obviously the Loki series is out. Huge Marvel fan for me, so I'm definitely watching it. What were you saying though? Anyone else watching it?
I was
Will,
saying, yeah, we ain't spoiler alert type shit. We ain't gonna talk about the one that just came out today because you and I haven't seen it.
I
You,
haven't seen
we
it.
watching it with our bitches tonight. Yeah. So
Will, if you're watching, Will, what do you think? Will's a very Marvel versed, and he knows like comic book stuff. So
yeah, one thing I will say, I told you I was going through all the Marvel end credit scenes, and oh shit, you lost me or something's going on?
oh, sorry, that's not the right place. Oop.
No, no, you
I was
good.
trying to text. Go ahead. Go.
No, no, yeah. What I was saying, anybody watching, man, go pull up Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Guardians of the Galaxy's end credit scene, dude.
What about
First
it?
of all, I think they have like 4 or 5 scenes, but there's one in the end. It's a Stan Lee cameo, and he's sitting on like a moon, and there's three like they look like people in robes walking past him, and they're
I know
called
what
the
you're talking about.
Watchers or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
Stan Lee's like, "Hey man, like stay here, talk to me. I want to tell you about my previous life. I used to be a cab driver," which he was recalling a cameo from a different
I think
Marvel
it.
movie.
I think it was
But bro, those three fuckers look like the motherfucking TVA lizards, the creators of the TVA. But they're not the same. Their names are different. So I know we take source material and they tweak some things around so that you can't just pick up the old comic and figure out the movie plot. But bro, that was crazy, man. When I
I
saw
think
that,
too.
go watch that, see if it blows your mind, man.
I think too. He was talking about a cameo like in one of the Sony flicks. Anyway, I think that cab driver was that. Anyway, it was. I know what you're talking about though. He
Yeah,
mentioned something. It was recalling a character he had done in a cameo, whether it was a Sony flick or a Marvel flick. But yeah, that shit's funny, and I thought the same thing. But the way that these dudes like the monuments that are structured, they look different. Like they don't have the big heads like aliens and shit like that. But I like it, man. Loki is pretty good, and it definitely is ranking on the one of the top little Marvel Disney Plus series. I really thought these Disney Plus series were going to be trash. I just didn't have high
yeah,
hopes, but they pumped a lot of money into it, and it still feels like a big budget Marvel movie, and that's what I heard when they were like making them. They pumped a lot of money into these things to make sure it didn't feel cheap. It didn't feel like the Hulu series that just
eight,
was
nine,
just
10 hour
stupid.
movies. That's pretty much what they are, Daddy. Right? 8, 9, 10 hour movies, man. It's pimp. Yeah, I love it. They're giving the side characters their due. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know that bitch Black Widow. She getting her movie coming out on my birthday. But aside from that, these guys like Loki, Sebastian Stan, and Mackie. Captain Falcon and all them. What's homeboy Winter Soldier?
I think the Black Widow
Even
flick
Wanda.
had
Nobody
a
gave a fuck about Wanda. You know?
that was a great series. It started off super
Yeah.
weird, and you're like, "Where's this going?" But amazing. great stuff.
Yeah, man.
I think the
Some
Black
other
Widow
movies.
thing.
Hey,
I was
oh
gonna say
yeah,
I
what's
think I
up with
think they
Black
had the
Widow?
premiere in like UK, but which is always funny to me
Yeah.
when they have premieres like overseas. It's like you're like an American brand. Why not just have the in Hollywood and shit? Either way, what were you gonna say? Sorry to cut you off.
No, no. What about that? I heard good things. I heard UK folks, critics had good things to say about it. Um,
Yeah,
about old
I
Black
think it's like a
Widow.
90 on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, I would expect it to be good,
Yeah.
and they really went out.
I do think it's gonna be one of them. Not to well, fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna be disrespectful. It's gonna be one of them type of Wonder Woman 84 hashtag Me Too, all the bitches with tits feel good type movies. It's gonna have that woman
Think so?
representation type shit, which is cool.
I don't
Hey
think they
man,
need to though, because it's already starring a lead actress, so they don't need to force it in
yeah,
there like Endgame, where they have that one shot, whereas like all the women
that one scene
superheroes.
with all the females. Yeah,
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 that's like
yeah.
they
Hey, that
really
was cool though,
put
man. That
that.
was
It
cool.
was cool.
Marvel know how to make their money, man. They know what to. I mean, bro, ain't nothing to say. Leave some room on that dick for other people to suck. I think we done it enough. They hot, dog. They hot. Marvel, they know what the fuck they doing. No, I wanted to jump into like some other rando movies coming out. I saw that the Purge is coming out. It's gonna be their last one, set in like rural Texas where the Purge has been outlawed, but apparently these motherfuckers still gonna do it. I always love the Purge stuff. Their
I've never
TV
seen
shows
it.
were better than the
I've never
movies.
seen The
Watch
Purge.
the shows. Yeah, they got a season 1 and 2. I think it's on HBO or Hulu, but their shows were definitely much better than the movies. But I'm into that shit. You don't really fuck with scary, huh? Horror.
I do every now and then. It's not my forte. It's not what I go after. But like if it's a good
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
I'll watch it. Um,
I mentioned one. If Revo's still on, he'll know this one. Don't Breathe. Don't Breathe was a good one, man. It was one of those home invasion type deals. Three people want to steal some valuable shit out of this house. Once they break in, they find out the occupant's an ex-military guy. The catch is he's blind. So like, I mean, they're just, but he's very tactical and shit. His house is set up with booby traps, almost type shit. So it almost flips. You almost start feeling bad for the bad guys that are robbing him, because the story unfolds that this guy that's defending himself really isn't as good as they think. So it was a good little mind fuck that way. But yeah, that's got a sequel coming out. A lot of crazy shit coming out, huh? Matrix 4, I saw that's coming out. Or
I'm
they working on that
stoked for
type of
Matrix
shit.
4.
John
Man.
Wick 4, that's wild, man.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
didn't realize the dude from The Matrix did the John Wick stuff. So should be exciting either way. And I've seen drops in pictures of there's paparazzi are getting photos of the production stuff, and everyone's noticing Keanu Reeves. He's very much looking like John Wick. He has long hair. He's got a beard. But they're so like my point is, I guess that's not a look he had with the Matrix originally. Like when he goes in the Matrix, he was always slick and souped up. When he was in the real
oh
world,
yeah,
he
yeah.
was
Ooh,
kind of
okay.
scrappy and clean face. So and then if you remember, the Matrix 3 was essentially he dies,
I
and
haven't seen any of them, bro.
you haven't seen any
Just
of
the
the
first
Matrixes.
one.
What the fuck's
I
wrong
saw
with
the
you?
first one for sure. I've
God
seen the
damn.
first one like a lot of times, dude. I used to beat off to Trinity. I guess maybe that's why I like bitches with long hair now, because back then it was like
I
short hair and get
saw
it, man.
so tying the two in together, Marvel and the Matrix. Selma Hayek is going to be in this new what is it? It's a new Marvel flick, The Eternals. She's gonna be
Oh
one
yeah,
main
yeah,
character.
yeah, yeah.
She apparently had auditioned for the Trinity role in the Matrix and said she didn't get the part mainly because she failed the physical test. Like they wanted her to run and jump, and she was like, "I don't want to do that shit. Like I'm here to do my lines, look pretty, and get out." So
Yeah, y'all don't want to see my titties jiggle in slow motion as I dodge bullets? Fuck y'all then. Stupid motherfuckers.
But yeah, my
Damn.
point with the Matrix thing is like everyone, there's a lot of theories coming out like what's going on because spoiler alert for you who haven't seen like the Matrixes, you should watch them.
Yeah, so he dies in 3? He dies in 3?
In 3, he basically that Smith agent becomes a virus. It overtakes the Matrix. He goes to the machine world. He says, "I'm going to take care of the Smith problem for you," and he basically sacrifices himself. He kind of like blows himself up in a way and eliminates the Smith agent virus. The machines have a truce with the humans. They're like, all right, cool. We'll live in harmony for a little bit for now. And the Matrix basically gets rebooted. And that's how Matrix 1 starts. It's kind of like, hey, you're this
Reboot?
prophecy guy, and this has happened before. And they've alluded to that, like this whole the machines take over, we get fucked, and some guy comes out of the woodwork and is just amazing and can beat the system, can hack
Say
the
there
system.
one. So it's happened again?
Yeah, so people are
a loot.
people are suggesting like it's gonna reboot, and we don't know if this kind of Keanu Reeves Neo character is gonna have a completely new story, or if he's gonna be Neo comes back to life in some way, or he gets preserved in the Matrix. There's like just a bunch of crazy theories because 3 really ended, I think, with the intention that there's only gonna be 3, and now they're gonna have to find a way to have this 4th one. So it's gonna be interesting.
I'll be disrespectful for a second. I'll say it's a money grab, but I think they're gonna do it the right way. They're gonna figure it. It ain't gonna be like Toy Story 4. I'll say that. That was a shithole.
You thought Toy Story 4 was a shithole?
Man, it was cool, man. But like I say, I'm gonna look so insensitive. But things like having Forky out there with a rainbow on his little foot, just shit like that. It's just, y'all just. I can't. I gotta stop, or else people gonna hunt us down, man.
It's still technically Pride Month. I think we can't go. Don't go that way.
Yeah. Nah, just just little things like that. Just like even I'll throw out some Oriental shit out there, like Raya of the Dragon. It had Asian people crunk and shit. What's up? Like, first of all, bitch, I just saw because I wasn't gonna pay $30 just to wave my flag around early. So I had to wait that extra month and a half. Finally saw it. It was a dope ass movie.
What do you think about the new Marvel, like I think Shang-Chi or something? Asian.
Yeah, my bros told me that's gonna be tight. Apparently the comics, that shit runs some deep good shit.
Dude, the trailer looked dope.
I haven't looked into it though. Yeah, I haven't looked into it though, and they did confirm some badass villain in that one. So I think that might be one of those sneaky, like what I was saying earlier. That villain might have to go on to do some bad shit later on.
I think the villain is like the dude's father. That's like the trailers have kind of showed.
Okay.
Like he was raised to be this awesome kung fu artist, and then said, I don't want this life, fuck that. But then who he is calls him back and shit, and like all that.
Hey, let me give some love to DC, man. And we'll get out of here, man. You were a fan of like the young Batmans, right? The young when we were young, '92, Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito. You ever fuck with that one? Yeah, man. So he's coming back in the Flash. We talked about that, but
Michael
that was
Keaton?
confirmed. Yeah, he's coming back in the Flash. Like they're gonna
Who
use
also
him and
did
Ben Affleck.
the Vulture in the Spider-Man flicks. And
so that boy getting paid Marvel and DC, man.
He's getting like a cameo in this there's like a Sony Marvel comic, but like a property that Sony owns with Jared Leto. It's like a vampire flick. I forgot.
Oh yeah, Morbius. Not Mobius Loki, but Morbius.
Morbius, yeah. And there's a clip where Michael Keaton's in it. So they're kind of bridging that gap, showing you like this villain from that Marvel.
Sony and MCU playing nice. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. He'll be there. So he's getting his money. And
man. I was talking to Randy about this earlier. I think that's why I know y'all love Iron Man, but my top 2 is Batman and Spider-Man. I think now I know why though. It's because they have badass villains. They got like a long list of villains. That you can tell. That's why they're making spin-offs with Spider-Man's guys right now. Venom, this Morbius. You know what I'm saying? So
I respect that, but like if you got Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Batman, Bruce Wayne here, they got like a lot of money. If like Tony Stark used his money more wisely, and Batman just put on some like pajamas and a cape and like got a lasso.
Yeah, Batman too old school. He's still
he's got a lot of money. You can upgrade your tech, man. Although he did have a lot of cooler cars and rides. Cool, man. I'm down. I dig it.
All right.
Do we have anything else on what's happening before we go on to get out of here? I guess I should play this -2 song again. Check out -2.
Yeah.
The great out of California.
Who else you wanted to shout out? Oh, you said who's doing some epoxy floors now? Scion?
Christian Scion's doing epoxy flooring, and so
he hustling. So
get you some.
Everybody just trying to get their own piece of this corporate America, man.
I'm just saying. I did my own epoxy floors. They came out okay. Lots of work. I've seen his work. It looks immaculate. It looks flawless. Like the flakes are all evenly distributed. I have got like chunk of flakes.
Oh, he be doing shit like that too. The chips and all that.
Man. It looks beautiful. And so if you want a quality product, and we'll have to put up his company here and his Instagram handle. But if you're in Houston, the area, check him out.
Hey, man.
But all right, man. I guess we'll get out. Oh, no. What happened?
Yeah. Let's jam on out of here. Last thing, rest in peace, Milwaukee Bucks fans. Y'all probably ain't going to get to the championship now, even though y'all beat the Brooklyn Nets previous series. I know your player did not tear his ACL, but I don't think so happened. Anyways, yeah.
What's happening with the NBA Finals?
Their game. This is the last series before the championship series. So I think you got Clippers versus I don't fuck with NBA either. I don't know who it is actually.
Who
I know
knows?
It's Clippers, Hawks, Milwaukee
know?
Bucks. I just watched the game yesterday too. I think it's like Suns versus Clippers and Hawks versus the Bucks. But yeah. favorites are out. NBA sad. You know, they
That's
don't
why
have
we
any
need
super
Kyle
teams.
back.
That's the
Kyle's
story.
traveling right
Nope.
now, so he wasn't available today.
Oh yeah, he's still out. Yeah. No
Yeah,
super
man.
teams are going to be involved in the NBA finals, so that's cool. You know,
Yeah,
no,
Lakers got
these
jumped
boys-
out the first round, right? Everyone making fun
Yeah,
of LeBron and
Nets
shit.
got out. James Harden, bitch ass. So we'll see what's up.
Hilarious.
All right, man.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you going balls deep again on a Wednesday. We used to go Thursdays. When are we going to start going every week? The season's coming soon. We got to start cranking these shows
I
up.
think we go every week. Yeah, probably mid-July we start our next show, and then after that one, yeah, we got to see. We got to get some call-ins, bro.
Yeah.
People chilling with us on the chat. We love it.
Yeah,
We need to
I
get some
appreciate
voices in
Scott.
there.
Thanks for jumping in. Will, thanks for dropping by. Other buddies, thank you for dropping by on the show. And that's the thing. We get more consistent. People know what time we're on. Right now, we've been very just kind of like...
Yeah, we just
knee-jerk.
freestyling.
Yeah. But, all right, man. Well, you have a good one, and I'll see you soon. I guess every other week we're still on right now, so we'll probably be back
Yes, sir.
in 2 weeks. Let the news build up a little bit. All right. Peace, baby.
All right, man.
Started music back in 18. Shit was hard, year 2 started to see cream. What I'm saying is I seen a dream come to light. She from Berlin, super intrigued by Dirty Sprite. Let the top down, scenic views on PCH. She hold my hand tight, asking if she can have a taste. The Starfield night, especially when we try to rate. Infatuated, but understand we both need our space. Space.
Infatuated, but understand we both need a space. A space. A space.
Let me tell you just how I feel. Let me take your time to look and see what we can find. I let you get me mixed up for me. Trying to read the signs, but I cannot make up my mind. Let me tell you just how I feel. I know I'm on the road, but indecision takes its toll.